Hey everyone, Regal Reviews here. So we're about a month away from the new season premiere of Survivor, and today they released who the cast is going to be, and I thought it'd be a great day to do my Survivor cast assessment video. So here's my Survivor cast assessment for Survivor Ghost Island. I took a ton of notes based off the info I got off of Inside Survivor and from CBS biographies to kind of get an idea of where I think the people will place, and then I'll make a separate video who my winner picks will be this season. And I must say I'm very good at picking winners. I just by reading their biographies, I could tell who the winner is. I usually almost always pick the winner, and if not, I usually end up picking the final three. So let's get started. Let's start with the Navidi tribe. Pretty sure that's how you say it. Angela Perkins. She is an army vet, and just by that info, I have a feeling that they don't want to have another Ben situation on their hands where she, has like a kind of like a story like Ben's, and we'll have a sob story at the end if she makes it that far. So that's why I'm going to place Angela pre-merge. Bradley I don't know how you say his last name. Bradley Cly here. I'm sorry, Bradley, I can't pronounce your last name. But he's a law student and super fan. Aren't we all? What really got me on his CBS biography was when he said one of his pet peeves is stupid people and people who think they know everything. And I'm right there with you. He's also an active racer instructor at a sailing club and likes outdoor activities like camping, and part of a group called, let's see what I wrote here, has chemicals to build a school in rural Cambodia. So because that info that Bradley's hobbies are, camping and such, I'm gonna place Bradley post-merge. Who do we have? Chelsea Townsend. She's 24 and she's an EMT and she's a cheerleader. So with her being an EMT, she has to be strong. So I have a feeling that Chelsea will be good in the challenges. Let me see here. She has a degree in exercise and sports science, and she enjoys hiking and trail running. So yeah, Chelsea's definitely fit. So she's definitely, capable of being in the challenges and environment. So I'm going to place Chelsea post-merge. Chris Noble is 27 and a model. And what I found really sad about his biography is that he has a sister that suffers through MS, like really struggles with it. And I feel really bad for that. That's got to be horrible to go through that. And let's see. He's a standout athlete in baseball. He was an all-star pitcher, and he's a personal trainer, and he's an advocate for multiple sclerosis. So because I have a feeling that Chris can go either way, but I have a feeling that if he tells anybody his story about his sister having MS, they're not going to want him to get too far to the end, because if he says how much his sister struggles with MS, because he's going to want to help his sister out and other people with MS. So Chris will probably be one to donate to a charity with MS, which is good. That's the kind of person who I'd want to win. But I have a feeling that if he could go post-merge, but if he tells his story about his sister, they're not going to want him to get too far in the game. So I am going to place Chris at pre-merge. Desiree Afew, and people have, I think she's known as Des London. She's studying for a bachelor's degree in broadcasting communications, and she's a head writer of an online magazine and used to run a YouTube channel posting fashion advice and album reviews, and her hobbies are fashion and travel. I feel like from what I'm reading from Survivor fans that Des London is an early favorite, but I have a feeling that Des will be one of the ones that gets on people's nerves a lot during the season, so I'm going to place Des at pre-merge. Dominic Abadi is a 38-year-old construction worker, and he apparently used to be, from what his CBS biography said, used to be overweight, but his daughter inspired him to lose weight and be healthier. And see if I have any more notes for him. Oh, here we go. He has a bachelor's degree in finance, and his hobbies is CrossFit workouts and playing poker. And he's a fan of The Office and The West Wing. I'm an Office fan myself. I definitely feel like Dominic is going to be like one of those big threats out there. Like, even his CBS biography said that he's like Tony, but he actually is a construction worker, where Tony made that lie, saying he was in construction. I have a feeling that Dominic's going to be the one that, finds all the idols and is really good in the challenges. So I feel like they're going to want to keep Dominic for a long time. If he's one of the more obvious threats during the season, I have a feeling that I feel like he's going to make it far into the game, but they're not going to want him to go too far because he'll probably end up winning if my hunches are correct. So I'm going to place Dominic post-merge. Kellen Bechtold is a career counselor, and her superpower apparently is empathy. So, meaning probably she can relate to people well and understand their emotions. So I feel like Kellen's going to be one of those ones that has a great social game. Let me see where my notes are for her. Here we are. Let me see what I have for her. She is an activist for women's rights and serves as an advisory board chapter member for her sorority. So, Kellen, I feel like she'll have a good social game, but I have a feeling that when the merge comes, that they'll see her as a social threat. So I'm going to actually post Kellen as the merge vote, just because she's kind of like one of those wild card people to me right now. Morgan Reich is a marine animal trainer at SeaWorld, and she's, well, obviously, she knows swimming and is good at swimming. So I have a feeling, Morgan's going to be good in the challenges, because, the first few challenges are always, like, mostly in the water. So I have a feeling she'll be good there, but for whatever reason, I'm getting pre-merge vibes from Morgan. Sebastian Knoll is a fishing guide. From what I was reading, he owns a fishing boat. I have a feeling he's going to be the Survivor Golden Boy this season. Like, he's going to be a fan favorite. Once everyone sees him, he's going to be one of those long-haired guys that sports a man bun. Although we didn't see a man bun Golden Boy last season. That was more Jay from Millennials versus Gen X. And yeah, I have a feeling he's going to definitely be a fan favorite, and he's going to be really good in challenges and be the the big threat that's like the golden boy that's has a great social games, great physical threat, good social game. So I'm going to place Sebastian at post-merge. And then last for the Navidi tribe is Wendell Holland. He's a furniture company owner, and what's very interesting is that he's Jeff Probst's pregame winner pick. And Wendell, you know, he came from a comfortable job and quit that to start his dream. And with Wendell, I'm getting good vibes from him. I'm feeling that Wendell is going to be another fan favorite this season. And I have a feeling he's going to be able to get along well with other people. So I am going to place Wendell at post-merge. So that is the Navidi tribe. Let's move on to the Mullah. That's another weird name to say. Mallow tribe. Brendan Shapiro is 41, and he actually almost got cast on Survivor, on season 4 of Survivor, which I think that's very impressive. And the fact that he's been applying for so long, that really says something. And I do know I have notes for Brendan here. Brendan is a teacher and completed cross-country and track and has a bachelor's in English and political science, and co-funded a river running store and co-owner of the Commonwealth Race Management. I definitely think that Brendan will be a pre-merge vote. Donovan Hurley, he is, I just saw him on my list. Oh, here we are. Donovan is a Survivor superfan. There's a lot of superfans this season. He grew up in a small town, and he's apparently involved in a dance team. It said in his CBS biography that he's openly gay, and he hopes to change people's opinions with open arms, and he loves to express himself through dance. So I definitely feel like Donovan's a one that's, I feel like he's not going to have any enemies in the game. Like, he's just going to be one of those carefree people in the game that everybody loves, wants them to be in his alliance. They want him to be in his alliance. So, in their alliance. Oh my gosh. So I think Donathan is going to be post-merge. Jacob Derwin is a 22 Survivor blogger, and he's a songwriter. And he's done some writing and voiceover skills, and he's actually a regular writer for Inside Survivor. So that's actually very impressive. One of the writers got, the Inside Survivor writers got on the show. That's very impressive. Jacob's a wild card for me. I definitely want him to go far in the game, but I have a feeling that he might be one of the ones that they want, one of the first people to go out, because Jacob might be more reserved and more quiet than other people might be in the game. So I have a feeling Jacob could either be a pre-merge or a post-merge vote. He's definitely a wild card choice for me. James Lim is a financial analyst, and he graduated cum laude, receiving multiple academic honors, and he was on varsity track and field, and he went to Harvard and studied economics, and yeah, he actually, I think he actually got the presidential graduation honor or something like that. I am actually going to put James at pre-merge. Jenna Bowman is a 23-year-old advertising accountant, and she thinks of herself as I think she was the one that thought she was like Parvati in the game, and she said she could come across as unfriendly. So I have a feeling that she'll have a lot of enemies in the game, and right off the bat, she might be one of those people that they can't stand in the first few days, but they end up keeping her on anyway until right before the merge. So I am going to post Jenna at pre-merge. Laurel Johnson is a 29-year-old Division I athlete, and another thing that's interesting is that she was almost cast to be on Millennials versus Gen X. So there was a lot of people that were almost cast on Survivor, so I gotta give them credit for applying for this long. I'm also going to post Laurel at pre-merge. Libby Vincic is a strong believer in faith when it comes to politics. Wonder what that could mean. And the thing I found interesting about her is that she's used to work at Disney World as a princess, and she has an associate's degree in liberal arts and is student government and student ambassador, and was Miss American Teen Coed Texas 2009. Majored in film, television, and digital media, and she was actually spotted by a talent scout on a Disney vacation to become a princess, and hosts a YouTube channel as well. So Libby, I think, is going to be one of those girls that align with some of the attractive guys in the season. Is going to be like another Figgy, and maybe more like Jessica from this past season. So I'm hoping she doesn't follow in their footsteps. I have a feeling that maybe Libby can actually break that cycle there. So I'm guessing Libby is another wild card along with Jacob. I have a feeling she's either going to be like a Figgy or a Jessica and go right before the merge, or she's either going to break that cycle and make it farther in the game. Michael Yeager is 18, the youngest one out there, so it'll be impressive as hell if he wins. He's a model and a real estate agent. And just by that info alone, I have a feeling that, I mean, he definitely looks older than 18. So I have a feeling people are going to think he's like this 20-year-old guy out there. I feel like he's going to be a behind-the-scenes threat. Like, he's going to be a threat, but nobody's going to see it coming. Like, I feel like his gameplay is going to be underestimated and overlooked by some Survivor castaways, and I have a feeling that Michael's going to make it post-merge. Stephanie Gonzalez is 26 and got promoted to a surgical tech while taking care of 14 full babies, and her mother is her inspiration for life, and her mother, she has actually definitely an inspiring story when it comes to her mother, and her mother has overcome skin cancer, and she wants a home so she doesn't have to go from crappy apartment to crappy apartment. I definitely feel like Stephanie has a very relatable story to a lot of us who want to apply out there, And she definitely has an inspiring story when it comes to her mom, so I definitely think she has the determination out there to win the game. So I am going to post Stephanie Gonzalez as post-merge. And the last one here is Stephanie Johnson. She's there's two Stephanies in the game. She's a yoga instructor and travel writer and mother of two. And the thing with her, I have a feeling she might be good in challenges because, well, especially balancing challenges if she's a yoga instructor. But something about her gives me pre-merge vibes. So I think I'm going to place Stephanie Johnson at pre-merge. So I tried to balance it out, and I tried to balance it out, but I feel like I have more pre-merge people. So I hope you guys enjoyed my cast assessment. I found it very interesting. There's a lot of super fans, and there's a lot of people out there who were supposed to be cast on previous seasons, but didn't. There was actually one. Oh, it was actually Bradley who was supposed to be on Survivor Cagayan, and I actually think Bradley has a better chance this season than he would have had against Tony. I mean, with Tony on and Cagayan, I don't think anybody had a chance. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my cast assessment video, and like I said, I'll be making a separate video sharing who my winner picks are. So, until next time, stay regal.